Join me as you and I and you take a journey to become better writers together and geek out.
That is not a good sign. We're already having technical difficulties and we just started this thing. This should be an interesting night. Oh, man. So, Shadow.
As with all mistakes, they were planned ahead of time. And
The funny thing is, there was no mistakes in that.
I thought that new opening is very cool.
Oh, you know, you can thank Nat, not the intern, for that. He did a great job of putting that together.
I, feel like
If
we're
my
growing up
computer
every
was
day
running
around here.
properly. Not sure exactly what's going on back here behind the scenes, but hey, Shen, how you doing?
What's up, Shen? You want me to start bringing people in? I think I have the power.
Go for it. You can do it. You've got.
You introduced me. Am I on? Finally. There we go.
Oh, right. Get rid of him. I don't like him anymore.
Okay. I'll bring this guy instead.
Wow. And you bring in Tony. And you bring in Tony. You Man, I want my intro back.
It's too late now.
So how's everyone doing tonight, man? No one got murdered near you today, I hope. And
I thought that was near me.
It is.
Oh my God.
It's actually really close to us.
This city is reminding me more and more of what I left behind in the 80s and 70s. You know,
is there a guy with 3 soda bottles clinking them like this yet? You know?
Yeah, he kept talking to me about coming over here to play or something.
That's how we used to call people over the playground.
I watched no news today because my day off. Did I miss anything? Anything bad happened today?
I used to say I'd only watch the news when they got over repeats.
I really
but
don't
man,
know.
I want the repeats back.
Listen,
this is
all you need to know, Netflix is now going to be charging you more and going to be putting ads on the lowest paid subscriptions.
Ooh.
It's amazing
I heard
they got
about
this
that.
far before they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only share with one friend, so I think it's gonna go up like $3. I don't have the heart to tell him, like, to have that conversation. So.
All 19 people on every account are going to be so.
I just don't have the.
You know what bums me out the most? You know, they're here talking about, they lost 200,000 subscriptions, right? And I'm sitting there going, and you're losing these subscriptions to people who weren't paying for you anyway. You lost these subscriptions for another completely different reason. It's not because people aren't paying you because they're using somebody else's Netflix thing. You're just trying to regain what you lost by getting those people out kicked off.
After all their. So anyway,
the funniest thing I read was like people complaining, hey, like we share an account, but we're divorced. The kids live with different parents. Like, how are we supposed to this and that? And I'm like, wow, really? I mean, that was the fun. To me, that's hilarious. Like people going through ugly divorces, splitting this, splitting that, but they're still sharing the Netflix account. I mean, it's giving people hope, man.
It's not their Netflix account. It's the kids' Netflix account.
That is true. That is true. I can
think of the children.
One.
It's harder to get out of like a family phone plan or a Netflix account than a marriage. Like much more difficult.
Wait till you hear about insurance and hospital bills. I've told Ralph that story before. It's kind of sad.
Oh no.
It's like we're living in a dystopia. But anyway.
Yeah, so
no, that was
So let's move on to our first segment. I believe our first topic is what do we have here? Favorite anime character.
Favorite anime character?
Is that what we're doing?
I thought we were going to talk about Game of Tunes and their Game of Tunes. That they're doing this where they're going to put the little figures off fighting each other, which I love when they do it. And they got a good lineup going out.
Yeah, man. They always put out a very impressive little cute lineup of superheroes, and animals and whatnot.
It feels like we saw them recently, but I'm not sure where.
Don't you like this, Marvin the Martian? Look at that.
Very cute.
This is just like so cute here. And then we also have season 4. Okay. Here we go. Look at that. We got Marvin. We got Moon Knight. We got Robin. We got Lionel.
Yeah, I like that one.
We got Frostbite.
Is that Sub-Zero?
Yeah, it's Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
We got our friend from the Fifth Element.
Mila.
We got Peacemaker, Bumblebee, Invader Zim, Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck for the win. McDuck. I guess.
We also have our friend from our exactly.
Excuse me, his name is called Gardo.
Gardo. And we have our Bob Burger here.
Third PlayStation button.
And of course we got a Sully with Mike. And of course we have this guy here.
Zoidberg. It's just
and a Zang. Zang. And a Milo.
I see something good over there. I'm down there. I see some good stuff.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Nice,
look,
man.
this is them when we were there at Tabletop.
Street Fighter.
nice.
Yeah,
man.
so these are the guys for season 4. I'm not sure if they're finished pulling them out. I think they might release one more tomorrow, and then on Friday, I think that's when they're gonna start the Game of Tunes, and they're gonna put them against each other, versus each other, fighting each other, and may the
battle to
best
the
man
death.
win, or tune.
Or women.
I love when they do this because it's a blast. And until Moon Knight showed up, I was gonna go with Scrooge McDuck. Now that I saw Moon Knight, I'm like, damn it.
To his Netflix show. Someone's clearly gonna still pay for it.
Dude, look.
I didn't watch this week's episode yet. So.
Nah, me neither.
Moon Knight? Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one.
All right.
It's a good one.
No
It's,
spoilers, just thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up. This is the best one. It was like, if you like horror, it was a good horror vibe to it. So
All right.
so
I saw that was dipping into it, and I like the whole Egyptian aspect of things. And I feel like they were going in that direction, but they kept like touching it and like running away. So I was like, okay. I was hoping that they
go all in. They go pretty all in today. So
okay.
it was a good one.
That's good
Fun
to
fact,
know.
though, Ralph. The interpretation of Khonshu that they use for Moon Knight is not actually how Khonshu is really portrayed.
We already know that.
You already know that.
Hey, Thor has red hair and a red beard. And
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Thor has a red hair and a red beard.
It's fat. No, so
That's what
If
bugs me
fat
out
is
about the
debatable.
Marvel Thor.
yeah.
And it's funny, now that we're talking horror and and Marvel and all this other stuff, of course we have to get the independents going on what they're doing. Our friend here, Adam, has his own book going with a little bit of a horror comedy theme to it.
Yeah. You
Hey,
guys
Adam.
you guys need to watch Moon Knight. Moon Knight episode 4 is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
See, Adam agrees. Okay, so now I'm hoping that 4 makes
Yeah,
sense.
they don't listen to me, so I'm glad you told me. They said,
Tony,
the
I am
half-top
an
guy liked it. Yeah. Okay.
I am an independent person. I'm pretty sure my contradictory nature by general is enough to prove that I don't listen to anyone's opinion.
No, it doesn't matter because the only movie that Nat likes was Sonic.
You did like Sonic too, right?
Oh, you watched
Did you
it?
see it yet?
To see it yet.
Did you see it?
Son of Saint.
To see it yet.
Hey, Angel.
That's
I
good,
was
Angel.
supposed to go see it with Shen. From what I'm hearing is that literally everything I complained about is fixed. I just watched another review and they literally said everything that I had an issue with the first time. I was like, okay, I want to watch it. Sure.
Hey man, my 7-year-old
Yes,
son enjoyed it, and so did I.
Yeah.
So I ran the gambit.
Yeah, Shadow actually said it last time. They fixed a lot of the problems from the first one, and they did. So we lost Ralph.
Probably.
So, Adam, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. You
Hey,
guys
thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, welcome. Nice opening. The tune things, that's awesome. I hope Moon Knight wins. Or Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, man. I kind of like that one as well. He's got a lot of powers.
But I love Game of Tunes and the way he draws the stuff and the way he puts them all together. And then, this all started like what 3 seasons ago now, where he was doing the March Madness, and he was like, "I'm gonna do my own March Madness and have them fight each other." And then we're up to 4th season now, and some of the ones that he's had on have been incredible.
How do the battles work? Are they voted on, or does he invent a scenario?
You go on Instagram, right? And he's gonna on Friday he's gonna start putting them up onto the stories. He puts 2 of them up at a time versus each other, and then you vote on the Instagram stories on who you want. So you all heard it here. Make sure that you vote for Moon Knight so we can get him to win. And I know that Tony's going to be voting over there for Scrooge McDuck, which is the one I wanted to win before. Now I'm conflicted.
Come on, man. Have you seen the new shows? The new series is kind of like a god, man. He just I don't know.
Yeah, I love the new DuckTales.
Kind of like an immortal
DuckTales
guy.
is amazing.
I like.
I actually like it better than the original
aspects.
series.
I don't know. I like them both.
I knew you were going to say that.
Nah, I like them both. They both got things right and things wrong. So
it's not that I hate the old one. I just like this one a little better now.
Yeah.
All right, so Adam, let's get going to this. Let the audience know who you are, what you do, what you have. Give them the whole spiel. Let's sit there and figure out what you are giving us over here, especially with the Kickstarter coming up.
Right. Yeah, Adam Barnhart. I'm a writer by day and writer by night. For my full-time job, I'm an entertainment journalist writing about movies, TV, comics, stuff like that. And whenever I can, I try writing comics. I had my first one published last year, which is called Shit Show from Scout Comics. And we're expanding it now. We have a sci-fi series in the work. And we have Moonspawn and the Defenders of the Dark, which is like our horror, dark, whatever you want to call it, just like the macabre corner of the universe, if you will. This in particular is the number 0. We're funding it now on Kickstarter. Is a 5-story anthology, actually, and it kind of serves as the what do you want to call it? Like those montages where you get the team back together, the band back together and stuff. And the soccer team's being picked up in mom's van. That's kind of what this is, but with much more magic and with no soccer moms. But that's essentially it, man. There's 5 different short stories by 5 different creative teams, so you can kind of there's all sorts of goodies and different arts and the interiors, and we have 5 covers too. So yeah, that's kind of Moonspawn in a nutshell. My elevator pitch, if you will.
It is what booked me out the most. You don't usually see a book start off with like a 0. It's very, it's very rare. I feel like even now, because before it was something that just happened, but now I feel like you don't get 0, and then at the same time you're giving us a 0 with a bunch of different stories in it. Which is something again this completely different. And then this is more of a horror comedy superhero type of thing, and I gotta admit the title is just badass. It's Moonspawn and the Defenders of the Dark. It just sounds great.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, man. When I first started pitching Shit Show around, no indie publishers wanted to touch another superhero title, which is wild because that's the only reason comics exist. So now that I've gotten that published, like the sci-fi one is Keepers of the Cosmos, and I decided to just go balls to the wall with this one, man. Let's make it as comic booky as we possibly can. And the number 0, it's a bit of an interesting story. We're going to do just a Shit Show shorts is what we called our Kickstarter last year, which was the same premise.
Right.
But we already had the Moonspawn miniseries in the works, using some of the characters. Some of the characters that we had short stories we were sitting on were also in Moonspawn. So we figured, why not let's retool a little bit and use the short stories we already have and make a zero issue, if you will. So we took some of the miniseries and put it as a framing device around these, featuring a character named Zarya Moonspawn, who is the eponymous character, of course, and used it as a framing story to kind of weave in and out of the 4 other short stories you see there. Anything from a wilderness retreat that goes very, very poorly for those 3 right there.
The defects.
Yes, the pressable defects.
And you're gonna murder the poor pressable defects there. Don't go easy on them either.
Oh, no, it's brutal. It's absolutely terrifyingly, horrifyingly brutal, and I feel bad because they're good friends, and I know the worst way possible. And then there's another one, Sting Like a Bee, that features a character named Crisis who can turn his whole body into a swarm of wasps.
Wow.
/bees/other terrifying flying monsters. So as you can imagine, it might not go well for Mr. Microscope there.
It always goes so well for the poor guy sitting in the microscope with the open petri dish of horrific virus.
This one is called For Sale Haunted House, and believe it or not, no one dies in this one. So that's good.
No one dies? Okay.
Yeah, no one dies. Not even the little kid. I didn't kill off any.
I like how you had added that in there. Like, not even the little kid.
Not even the little kid. I did not order. What is it? Order 66. I didn't, do the Jedi Temple on the kid. But no, that's partially. That's kind of a what do you want to call it? If you're watching like House Hunters on HGTV, it's kind of a satire based on that. 2 people that do YouTube for a living trying to buy a $2 million house. That just so happens to be the home base of a vampiric cult. So.
Oh, talk about getting into the wrong place.
It's probably cheap.
And then this is Day and Night. That's features 2 characters that are mad scientists, and they Frankenstein themselves because of the events of Shit Show 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, no one dies in that one, so only like half the people die.
Oh, sorry. So 2 out of the 5 stories, nobody dies. Okay.
Yeah, so far. And then, of course, the framing story. You can kind of see Zarya being teased there with her. This is the butler. Every mansion needs a butler, especially with white gloves. I'm not sure if he's trying to not leave his fingerprints or what.
That's because the butler always takes care of all the dirty business.
Yeah, those are the stories. Sorry, I cut someone off.
No, I'm sorry. I might be lagging out. These are all existing in the same universe as Shit Show?
Yeah, these are in the Shit Show universe. If you guys get the Shit Show Volume 1 trade from Scout Comics, at the end, there's like the encyclopedia, the first issue of our handbook to the universe, and some entries you'll actually see appear in this issue. There are a couple in there. We don't have any direct. Well, I don't want to spoil any potential Easter eggs or anything. But yes, it's very much in the Shit Show universe. And if you keep scrolling, eventually you'll run into the covers we do have available. Stefano is an excellent artist, does the killer watercolors. That's Zarya Moonspawn with the sea monsters behind her.
Man, this looks like a piece of art.
Yeah, Stefano kills it. And then this is the Bugman, Mr. Crisis.
Nice.
Who is very buggy.
He looks very buggy.
The artwork is great overall.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then Juan Angel, the Snake Root, who's our swamp monster. And then speaking of the vampire, there's the vampire, and that's by Samir Samal, who actually did the interiors on Shit Show Volume 1. He's done something for all of my projects so far. And then last but not least, we are doing a metal cover, which is another cover from Juan, only printing 25, I believe.
This is beautiful.
As part of the Kickstarter. Again, Zarya Moonspawn fighting some Lovecraftian monsters or ugly monsters or land octopi or whatever the hell you want to call them. Octopi, octopuses, I don't know what it is.
Octopussy.
There you go. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's Moonspawn in a bundle. I want to do all sorts of crazy stuff. They always say once you start writing to start small and go the anthology route or tell short stories, and I bit off way too big of a chunk, so I'm just rolling with it, man. It's a
funny.
snowball. It's avalanching, so why not just roll with it? And make my
Exactly. I
own
was going to
universe.
say, it's funny that you say that because one of the first books that I worked on, I was like, you know what? I need to take this and go a different route. I need to create the world, put that as a book first, have an event happen with a bunch of little snippets of stories, and then figure out who I'm gonna make as the main book. So I completely feel where you're coming from with this.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, man. You establish the world and you get the world going, and I mean, I want you can do so much, as long as you still live in the confines of the main story or whatever. In our world, that's shit show volume 1. So I made the terrible decision of killing off all the heroes. So now everything's
Whoa.
a prequel. So everything's technically a prequel until we get a couple volumes in. But yeah, man, you can. That's the good thing about superheroes, man. Everyone loves genre stuff into superheroes, and superheroes you can tell street level Daredevil type stuff. You can tell cosmic Star-Lord type stuff and Thanos and Drax, or you could tell something like Captain America or Superman or Batman, or it's so varied, Man-Thing. You could talk about vampires. You can write stories about zombies,
Yeah,
or werewolves, or slice of life. How some normal average Joe lives in a world of superheroes. You can do all sorts of stuff.
that's the great thing about it. It's one of the reasons that I liked was it Astro City. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was always different. It was always like let's look at this from this other point of view, from the villain's point of view, from this guy in the streets point of view, and I really enjoyed that book before that reason. And a lot of the writings that I've done myself tend to go in that direction as well. So I was like, okay, cool. I see other people are doing this, and bro, seeing you do this makes it feel really good for me because I'm like, okay, there's other people doing what I'm thinking.
Right. Yeah, you would. I just do it. Just tell the stories you want to tell and get it done somehow. I suppose it's a lot easier said than done.
Oh, definitely. I completely understand where you're coming from. Putting a Kickstarter or getting the book out there is one of the hardest things until you get it out, and then it's finally out, and you're like, whoa, it's out there.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that. Oh, it's out there. So, but I'm getting closer and closer, which is fantastic.
There you go. Then that's the thing, man. Comic books take so damn long. Comic books take even longer than a feature film to make.
Yeah.
And they're over, and people can speed through them in 5 to 10 minutes, and it's so damn frustrating.
That bugs me out because you're right though. I've seen people talk to me about their comic books, and they don't come out for like 10 years, and you're like, what happened? I'm like, well, it just took that long to get it out there. Because unless you have a publisher, like one of the big guys, it's going to take you a while to get to where you're going to go.
No, totally. And I mean, no small press page rates. I don't even think Image pays pay rates. So all this stuff is creator owned and out of everyone's pockets, and everyone has to eat, and everyone has to live, and everyone has rent or a mortgage. So it seems like it's always a catch-22.
Yeah.
Each comic book released is a miracle. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't matter if it's from a well-known name that's put out million, the Jonathan Hickmans of the world, or an up-and-comer, man. Each comic book released is a bona fide miracle.
The longer I'm here, and the longer I talk to people doing Kickstarters and doing their books and getting the books out there, the more that is true, because there are books that I keep waiting to come out that people have talked to me about, and some of them just disappear off the face of the earth, and you're like, whoa, what happened?
Right. That's the good thing. I mean, we're in the golden age of crowdfunding, really. It's never been more popular. You've seen, I mean, Marvel's lost writers to Substack,
Yeah.
and all sorts of self-publishing stuff, and people are doing their own thing because, just how popular crowdfunding is and self-publishing is now. I'm a huge Black Hammer fan. I can't see if you see all my Black Hammer books there by Jeff Disney. But he's releasing all of the Black Hammer stuff through the Substack. I mean, eventually it'll get printed by Dark Horse, but it's crazy. It's never been. I don't want to say it's never been easier to make a comic, but in a sense it has, because just how popular Kickstarter is. You see Keanu Reeves gets $3 million for Berserker, or $1 million or whatever it was. And then Brandon Sanderson's novels just crowdfunded $3 million.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I was like, whoa.
Moonspawn isn't up to $3 million yet. If it ever does reach $3 million, I might actually kick back, probably $10 to each of you or something, just for having me on the show. I'll treat you guys to a pizza. I'll buy you guys a pizza each.
Oh,
Try Little Caesars. Try Little Caesars because we still have a budget.
I'm cheap. You buy me a pizza, and you're friends for life.
You know what? I will even throw in crazy bread for you. There you go. And extra marinara sauce. I don't care.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
No, So it is a double-edged sword. Comics take forever to make, and they're hard as hell to make, and you have to be dedicated. But at the same time, I mean, Kickstarter raises so much money each year. So, and this is my website. So I make all my self-published stuff under a banner called Lunchroom Riot. I love food, and I wanted to name my company after a food fight.
I love the name. I gotta admit, when I saw the name, like I saw the book first, then I was like, then I followed the rabbit hole, and I was like, Lunchroom Riot, what?
Yeah, food fight entertainment didn't quite roll off the tongue, so I'm like, well, Lunchroom Riot. That's exactly what a food fight is
Exactly.
So that's the story of how we got to Lunchroom Riot. But yeah, that's all my self-published stuff, or it's not self-published stuff. This is all the stuff I have. Some of my self-published stuff, some of the copies I have on from Scout. Virtually everything on most stuff on there is just variants of number one. You have the poop show cover, of course. And in that case, a retailer didn't want to carry something that kind of sort of said shit, even though the eyes.
That's a cute idea to do it. Okay.
So we said, you know what? Let's just put a pile of poop on the cover. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll carry it if you put the poop on the cover.
I gotta admit, this has to be selling.
Yeah. I mean, I got a healthy sized royalty check. I mean, I can't quit my day job. But yeah, we're pretty close to breaking even on Shit Show Volume 1, so I'm happy with it.
You do have some amazing covers, bro.
Thank you. There's that Christmas secret book. We released that. We didn't even announce we were doing that. What that is a flip book. So we have Shit Show 1 on one side, but you flip it over, and it's a 12-page Christmas story on the other side.
Oh, pretty cool.
The first part of the Christmas story, I have about 5 more parts to go. But essentially, Santa picks up our drunkard, who's our universe's Superman, except his powers don't work when he's drunk. So Santa and him take a ride on their sleigh and reminisce, I'll say, about their previous adventures, because Santa also has superpowers.
His powers weren't zapped away by demons yet.
Santa gets his powers from a special substance. You have to find out what exactly it is.
Sounds like a key you guys got to grab.
Yeah, it's
low stock.
We didn't
Don't
tell
miss
anyone.
out.
I mean, retailers were just lumping them in with the other ones because I don't think any of them flipped over to check out the back.
Wow.
So that's out there. And then Shit Show 2 is right there, Shit Show 3, and Shit Show Volume 1, the trade paperback. And this is all at lunchroomriot.com. If anyone's listening and wants to catch up. And then, of course, the 4 covers we did for Shit Show Shorts #1.
Oh, this is amazing! Wow.
That's another cover by Juan. Juan does so much work for me. He did the Snake Root cover for Moonspawn. Again, another cover by Samir right there.
Yeah, dude, your art, like, Tony wasn't kidding. You have some solid art on these books.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I wish I could draw a little bit, but I don't. I can't.
I feel you, bro.
Write, so I'll
You introduce you write the story. You get the theater of the mind, and then let the artist go wild on it, man.
Get the juices flowing. I'll take that credit at least.
Did you advise on the one the main cover of him just drinking there and
yeah, I think I pitched
that one.
I pitched most of all the cover ideas.
Giant size X-Men.
Yeah, there you go. That's so and I'm almost
nice.
So
that's professional. Like, wow.
Thank you. The interior artist for Keepers did this, and I really wanted to do the cover homage for something else I'm working on. I'm going to do a trade paperback anthology called Giant Size Shit Show, and I wish I probably would have saved that homage for that anthology. I'll probably just reuse it because everyone does Giant Size X-Men homages.
Well, people love it, and it's one of the ones that a lot of people like to use anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Ashcan. Now the Ashcan's available now. Keepers is signed with Scout Comics.
Nice.
So I don't know when we're releasing it, but that'll come out sooner rather than later. I think. I'm not sure if we'll sneak it in this year or not. That'll be put on the schedule soon as well.
Very cool.
Dude, you got a good set of books going here. I like that they're all interconnected. Because you it's so funny that it's the way we grew up with comics. It's the whole the universe is all part of each other, but at the same time they're all separate. And I love that. But at the same time, you sometimes you just want a story over here. And I feel like you're giving that to people, which is a great thing.
No, absolutely. And I'm structuring most of it, well, all of it, that you don't necessarily, if you don't want the tights, you can still pick up Keepers of the Cosmos and you'll get a self-contained story. It'll just have the Easter eggs and the fun nods and things of that nature. Like Moonspawn, yeah, there's cameos. It's cameos and stuff like that, Not necessarily. I mean, they do all build together eventually, but that's way down the line. And I hope we reach there someday.
Oh, no, what type of favor the devil can owe you?
Do you?
I read your
it's
books.
Funny you say that.
He's like really like, oh yeah, I should have warned you.
What can I say? Do you guys want a bit? Do you want a little exclusive?
Ooh.
Should I drop something right here? Let me pull it up quick. Let me see if I have the file on my phone. We'll see. I'll give you a little. No, it's funny you say that because the answer is written and something I hope to kickstart this Halloween.
I like the fact that you have this supernatural feel to it. I feel like people are afraid to mix the genres, the tights with the supernatural, and that's the kind of comics we were raised with. That's why, I don't understand why, let's take Marvel for example. They had such an issue making Doom a supernatural type person when he actually was one from the comics, but they for the movies and stuff like that, they kept going a whole different direction with it. And I feel like that kind of messed things up for, Doom and the Fantastic Four.
Well, we're going to find out in a couple of weeks, maybe.
About Dr. Doom or Doom?
Dr. Doom.
All right, so I do have a cover / piece of key art done for my Kickstarter coming up. I'll see if the camera picks it up.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Nice.
So that is, as you can see, that is Macabre Mill, however you say it. And she is getting it's a graphic novella, probably. It's 60 to 70 pages, and we're going to kickstart it. But that's called Macabre Mill, Wicked Salvation.
Dude.
Nice.
That's coming to Kickstarter.
Bro.
Shadow?
Please do a Necronomicon cover to it or something.
It's funny you say that. We're very much on the same wavelength right now. I'm concerned maybe you've hacked my Dropbox or something.
As you can see, you have fans here.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. It's no, it's good. It's something I wanted to squeeze into Shitro Volume 1, but it just didn't work. And the guy that's doing the Snake Root story on Roland's, his name is, doing the Snake Root story, and the guy that kills the pressable defects, we'll just say that he's doing the Macabre Mill spinoff as well, and it is bonkers.
If that's not enough of a sales pitch, buy the book, kill a guy, and butcher Matt.
Yeah,
and
exactly it. It's dark,
find out how.
disturbing. It has some cosmic horror sprinkled into it. It's got some crafty and stuff. It's just off the wall insane. She goes to hell. I mean, what do you expect?
Sounds good to me.
And anything with Cthulhu monsters is good.
Yeah, I originally titled it Macabre Mill Goes to Hell.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
we workshopped it a little bit, and I think if this goes over well, I think Wicked Salvation could be a longer thing, kind of something on its own. So,
nice.
We shall see, but that's in the works. That's the one thing I heard from everyone. They're like, "Man, we need more. We need more Mel. Are we going to get more Mel? Are we going to get more Mel? She's the best character. Are we going to get more Mel?" And
they were all good.
Yeah. So you guys are getting more Macabre Mel this October.
Awesome.
You heard it here, guys.
And that's an exclusive. I haven't told anyone that.
Woo,
that is exclusive. I probably should have checked before I said it.
Now you told everyone that.
No, now the internet knows.
Okay, didn't hear nothing, man.
Don't worry, I don't think you guys didn't hear a thing, right?
That just didn't display.
Just between us.
but everyone better keep their eyes open around Halloween, just in case.
Exactly.
Right. Something's happening this October. Just follow me on Twitter. That's or Instagram, whatever. Something's happening.
What's your go-to? I'm on the Instagram. I can't handle more than one.
I need to be better at Instagram.
Media.
I just shit post so much on Twitter. It's hard to leave. I just love it. People are.
It makes sense though.
You just love for the nice interactions on Twitter,
it's such a hellhole of a website, man. You could post something and then someone gets mad at you for agreeing with you. It's like, why the hell are you agreeing with me? I'm like, why are you yelling? We have the whatever, man.
I thought you wanted me to agree with you. Yeah, you're right.
My caps lock button is broken.
It's insane. So Twitter's my go-to, but I'm also on Instagram, Facebook. I scroll. I just like to doom scroll everything. Everything's a nightmare. Let's scroll and read the nightmare.
You're not kidding there, bro. Oh man,
Mel can take us all to hell together. It'll be fun.
I mean, we're all going there anyways, right? I'm confident. I probably am.
Papa Elon's gonna fly us all out. Don't worry.
We're not there already.
I was just thinking this room's getting really hot.
It gets worse than this. Oh no!
Yeah, global warming is.
Oh man. So, is your style of writing more towards the supernatural aspect of things, or do you like to dip into everything?
I kind of dip into everything, I would guess. I love very sad characters, as demented as it sounds. It's just sad, gritty, realistic type characters. It's like life's kind of shit sometimes, or life is shit sometimes. That type of stuff. But then we do stuff like Keepers of the Cosmos, and it's almost Rick and Morty type humor. It's really toilety type humor. I just, offended a bunch of people plus myself because that's what I consume. So I'm with you guys. It's the type of stuff I like watching and I like writing. It's very immature type jokes. I wrote an article yesterday about scientists wanting to probe Uranus. It's stuff like that.
I hear it's getting really hot.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So no, just that.
I thought that was an Onion article when I saw it. I was like, what the?
It's legit, man. They really want to do it. They'll spend billions of dollars to do it too.
Oh my god.
Anything to keep global hunger going.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no, it's all over the place, and that's why I liked doing this grand scope, because you can dabble in with that stuff, as we see in the universe outside our window. We might not have superpowers, but there are comedians and there are people that are very serious, and then there are heathens, and there's all sorts of different types of people. Let's tell all different types of stories too.
It definitely is, and that's exactly what I'm saying. I like the fact that you're dipping in and out because I feel like that's what we should all be doing. But I guess it leaves us room to do it. So here's a good question for you: if you were able to get any character, Marvel, DC, whatever, which character would you want to work on to see what you could do with?
Iron Fist, hands down. I already have my pitch written, so Marvel editor just needs to reach out to me and I'll send them the pitch. It's already outlined issue by issue and all that stuff. I should probably just look at the scripts. But no, man, I got my Iron Fist pitch ready to go. In the same vein of Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye, that type of stuff, the Wastelanders type stuff.
Oh, interesting.
I would call it Old Man Rand, by the way.
Old Man.
That's my pitch title, Old Man Rand. But no, that's the one story. I mean, they could throw something at me. I probably won't want to touch Spider-Man or Batman or something like that, just because we just got done talking about Twitter.
It's funny that you say that,
right?
Because I always say the same thing. I do Batman, but people get angry at me because I'd probably take them all the way back to the detective.
Right. No, and that's the thing. I like writing sad, sad broody.
Exactly.
And Batman is already sad and broody. I don't think I could do anything with Batman that we haven't already seen. At least I don't have an idea off my head. I haven't thought about it, so maybe I'll have to
bring back a little Adam Westy type of feel to him.
That would be great.
I mean, you can make a sad character. Hold on, I'm thinking Adam West, but now Batman Returns, but Adam West.
That'd be interesting.
Dark Knight Returns, but Adam West.
I can see it in my head.
It's just the Riddler. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Well, the Cesar Romero Joker would be fantastic, because he's just so much fun. Instead of all the serious Joker that we've been dealing with, I want to see a fun Joker.
You saw the deleted scene Joker? I'm sure everyone has for the Batman.
Yeah. I'm fine with it not being in the movie. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's bad or anything. I'm fine with it. It was better to just have the little tease in the end than have we had this. I mean, really, this Batman sucks. He has to ask the Joker for advice. I mean, it's just this Batman was so I don't know. What do you think? It was I'm like, really? I don't know. Well, it's like year 2 for him, right? So just learning, I guess. But I don't know.
You guys like the Batman, though, right? It's one of my favorite movies ever.
I liked it.
I didn't watch it.
Huh? You didn't watch it? No.
It's on HBO Max.
Getting comic book podcast
as of yesterday. Yeah. So
this is supposed to be a writing podcast, Lou.
You could buy it, dude. You take the subway. You could buy it from a kid before it came out in theaters. There.
Oh yeah.
Not that you should. Piracy is bad, but you could have.
Yeah. You wouldn't download a car.
Yeah. Think of all those car sales
for the. You think I got $3 a ride?
Right. sorry.
Dude,
Millionaire
one
over
of the
there.
things that bugged me out about the movie is the Batmobile. I'm like, this is the supernatural car that we're using over here. I'm like, I kept waiting for Sam and Dean to show.
I love that you have the flames come
I
out.
will
the
say
back.
between
Early, it's early days. That's why he's not. I mean,
between the sound design in that car chase scene and just the flat out car chase scene, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if I had a heart attack or there were heart palpitations or what. Man, I'm just like, man, this is cinema. I thought it was incredible.
Well, that's the one thing that most people agree on is the fact that it's a really well made Batman movie, and this is they keep saying the same thing. It's the closest that we're gonna get to an actual Batman movie.
Right.
Have they announced? Are they doing the trilogy with it, or because they got the
I know
Penguins
they're working
show
on a sequel.
coming.
yeah.
I wondered. I was just wondering if
Yeah.
they limited it, or
I
if
mean,
it's going movie to movie.
standard procedure is they sign everybody for 3 movies anyway. That's like standard for any of these type of things. So
Yeah, but
Except for
this is
Ezra
DC,
Miller.
so that means we're not going to get 3 movies. That means we're going to get 2 and maybe a deleted scene.
Well,
Ezra
keeps
bringing
messing
people
up
with
his
like
deal, so
powers and shit.
Ezra Miller.
Oh yeah, that poor dude. What's going on with him?
he's arrested again in Hawaii.
You need to do some stuff to get arrested in Hawaii too. It's not that easy. Like,
I like him, man. I hope I like him as Flash. I hope they sorts it out or whatever. I don't know. He's young,
Yeah, I don't see the hate for him as Flash. Is he the best Flash ever? No, but I actually like his quirkiness for the Flash.
Well, the interpretation of Barry's off. It's the same interpretation from Arrow. It's an off interpretation of
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Barry Allen. It's really Spider-Man meets Wally West meets it's not Barry.
Traveling Root Beer is like, how many fans is Ezra Miller going to meet?
Please explain.
He's been arrested twice for beating fans.
Well, I hope he gets his stuff together, man. When's the Flash? When's Flashpoint coming out?
Ralph, did you finish Peacemaker?
Oh yeah, I finished Peacemaker. That was a great show.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fantastic show.
Ezra,
I can't wait to see what they do with
everybody
the
finished
opening
it
for season 2 because I already heard rumors.
Wall finished it because it's spoiler territory. Ezra Miller, final episode, so that makes me like Ezra Miller. I still don't like Jason.
I gotta admit, those jokes that went back and forth with Peacemaker and the Flash, that was great.
Oh man, final episode, that was cool, man.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I loved Peacemaker from start to finish, man. The thing was great.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good show, man. Yeah.
I saw
right down all our alleys here. So.
Someone was riding the gun though and saying like, "Man, it's gonna be tough waiting a whole year for the next season." He's like, "Oh, whoops! You think it's gonna be a year?" It's like, oh god.
I've already heard rumors about the fact that they're gonna do another opening scene. So
yeah, they have to.
Yo, man, get all your indie songs out right now because he's gonna make somebody filthy rich.
Because if you look at if you rewatch the intro, it kind of tells the story of the season already. They have to do new ones because if you watch it, like there's a scene where like Peacemaker is shooting at the screen, and then the very next scene his father's there, so it's like telling you, he's gonna kill his father.
That song went to like
crazy.
number 1 or something on Spotify, and they'd been like dropped like the month before or something by their agent.
That's funny. Isn't that how life is though? We finally get that chance when everybody feels like, oh, we're gonna give up on these guys, and all of a sudden, you should have stayed with us, shouldn't you?
Tarantino second chance at life type of thing.
Exactly. That's why I tell you people, don't give up. Keep your writing going. Keep your comic book going. Keep your dream alive because the whole thing is not to give up on it.
Absolutely. I'm stuck on Travel and Root Beer. Like, are they
Travel and Root Beer's man?
Yeah. What's
Travel
the best
Root
root
Beer.
beer? Is that a debate we want to get into? Because it's pretty clear it's Sparks Root Beer. Arch root beer is supreme. It's probably the best carbonated beverage ever made.
Oh, dude. Travel real quick. Throw out some of your favorite craft drinks.
Uh-oh.
Please don't say mug. Unless Pepsi's a sponsor of the show, then say mug.
Travel root beer is a blast.
Dang, that's good root
He's
beer.
calling.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Dang, that's
True.
good root beer, butterscotch.
He sent me some of that. It is good.
Yeah?
Sprecker's good. Sprecker's that's
good.
my way. Wisconsin, I think.
Virgil.
You're winning fans over here. Travel. I love his name. Oh, Jones and Virgil. I like
So you're
Virgil.
telling me is
But
Barks in
feel
your
like I'm
top five?
biased with Virgil.
Maine.
Jones, Virgil's.
That's some good stuff, man. He's not even hitting the popular brands.
I know absolutely none of these.
You got good
I
advice
knew
on
Matt was
barbecue
gonna say
sauce too, man. Solid all around, dude.
Solid all around. Sprecker's even got like the glass bottles, so you throw them in the fridge and it's super crisp.
Oh my god,
Man, I remember growing up, I thought people who had like glass Coca-Cola bottles in their fridge were just like the height of fanciness.
Yes.
So
that's still the best Coca-Cola is the ones in the bottle.
yeah, well, it's all bottled in Mexico and these like cane sugar and stuff.
Exactly, the real stuff.
Good stuff. I remember going to the courthouse as a kid, and they had the vending machine where you put the quarters in, then open up the door.
Yeah.
You remember that with the glass bottles?
Those are fantastic. Those are cold as heck.
Yes.
You pop that thing open, it was the most incredible feeling.
I saw someone
That's a
selling one of
flashback.
those. I thought hard about buying it.
Now we're not even
Right,
talking
we'll be-
writing or comic stuff. Now we're just
Well, we geek out over everything here, so I've tried over 50 craft root beers. Woof. Double cola is the best cola in my opinion. I see Travel's been traveling.
best cola.
So have you been hitting the conventions yet, Adam?
I did C2E2 last December. I have one in May, one in June, one in July. I'm not sure if I applied to C2E2 again in August.
Right.
Applied to New York Comic Con. I'm not going to do both of those. I'll do either or.
Would you do New York Comic Con on your own, or would you go through Scout?
That's a good question.
Good question.
If I don't get into it on my own, Scout always has their booth there, and Keepers.
Yeah,
might be
we've
out,
had a
right?
couple of interactions with Scout.
Have you?
Yeah.
The only thing is, I do get married that week, so that.
Oh, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's so that is a pretty substantial hurdle.
Yeah.
But, no, it's probably C2E2 if anything.
That's closer to you, right?
Very close. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'll go.
a couple hours down the road.
It's nice to know. I've wanted to work there. It's just a little bit out of the way for me. So
Yeah,
You've almost hit it a couple times, Shadow.
yeah, I was going to, and then 2020 happened. So now I've lost some of that drive, but we'll see.
Haven't we all? Yeah, it was super weird being there. You know, it's like everyone felt like they shouldn't be there, but everyone still crammed into the thing anyways.
Right. Or you walk into like people walking around in hazmat suits and stuff. It's like, I don't know. Like, are they cosplaying?
Yeah, that's exactly it. No, it was just it was anticipated, but still, I don't think it's. I don't know. It was like the first big con back, and it was just weird to be at.
That's what a lot of our friends ended up in that at the C2E2, and they were like saying the same thing. It was like surreal to be there, because it was like coming back into all this, like being thrown back into the water, into the pool.
Yeah, and then they like spaced everything out. Like they used all of McCormick Place, which I think is the biggest convention center in the country, or the second biggest, or something like that. So you're like, Artist Alley is in the back, but then like McDonald's and concessions and bathrooms are at the front, and you're like, man,
McDonald's in the place? Dang.
Yeah, there's it's like I'm not that hungry, and I guess I don't have to pee that. Who bladder damage be damned,
That's in August, right?
Yes, I think first weekend in August, maybe.
That would have been like one of the first cons to come back.
Yeah.
So,
That's what it was. A lot of our
New
friends ended
Comic-Con
up
was
going down there
August.
because they
Yeah.
wanted to jump into it, and then they were like coming back going, I don't know, Ralph, the felt weird.
Yeah. It was really weird, especially if someone, had to clear their throat or had a sniffle or something. You would just look around and be like, huh.
Just snipe them with the Lysol.
Yeah, it's
today.
like, what's on Monsters Inc. when someone brings something back, like the sock stuck to the back of the person?
Exactly.
We have a
They just-
214. I repeat, we have a 214.
Exactly. They just had a dedicated team with sirens.
It was like that, and I was down at AwesomeCon in DC.
Oh, that's
And
right.
it was like, and everyone was masked. They had like people with like trackers and stuff. It was like, oh man. And then I worked a show last week, and people were like, yeah, whatever, And they're just walking through. It's like, oh, okay. Well, everyone flipped that really quick.
Yeah.
So,
I got
we
the
were at the
number.
convention last week, and it was like very few people had masks. Very few people they were hugging you and trying to shake your hand. And I'm like, okay. We're moving a little too fast.
it's like we can meet in the middle. It's okay.
Oh man.
But it is awesome that the cons are back, man.
It is.
Super excited for that.
Yeah, and it's funny because we were on a roll in 2020, right before this whole thing happened. We were supposed to hit C2E2. We were supposed to go to Florida to hit Mega. I think it's MegaCon.
Yeah, MegaCon's coming up too.
We had like a bunch of the places that we were gonna hit right before the pandemic happened, and then I was like, okay, never mind.
Adam, was that the only show that you've done with Shit Show?
That's the first and only one. It was we were gearing up to release Shit Show, and then
it was 2020. It came out, right?
It was 2020, and Diamond's like, "No, we're not selling comics anymore." And I was like, "But you're the only one that sells comics. What's the deal?" So we pushed back. Shit Show 1 was December 2020. It released, and there were some like small mall type cons.
Yeah,
I could have went to locally, but C2E2 was the real big one, and they accepted me. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go. I'll make this the thing. It's I didn't know what to expect, so it was still kind of above expectations.
Had you done shows for anything else prior to that?
Yeah, we. I mean, my dad's collected comics all my life and most of his. So we had done selling shows as exhibitors and things like that. So,
okay, nice.
No, it was just surreal because to my direct left was Jay Lee, and I looked at Jay Lee and I'm like, I don't think I deserve to be here. And then I look across the way and it's Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, and I'm like, yeah, I don't deserve to be here. And then I look to my right, it's Rob Liefeld, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not.
So
guys,
real,
I
right?
wrote a comic named Shit Show. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Elevator pitch it to all them.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy came over. Jimmy was hilarious. He's like,
He's a cool
Shit
dude.
Show, huh? Is that actually what you called your comic? I said, unfortunately, yeah, that's exactly what I call my comic. And we talked about the meaning behind Lunchroom Riot, and then he got busy for the next 3 days, man.
As busy as his wife, or
No, she was so swamped. He got up and walked around and was talking to people, but man, she was great. And she stopped to talk to every single person in line, man. They had probably the biggest line in Artist Alley. She did, at least.
That's awesome. Yeah, every interaction that we've had, or other people, have just been the nicest. So
yeah, they're incredible people.
It's always amazing to me, like, going to these conventions and hitting the tables, and you go down these aisles in Artist Alley, and you're like, dude, that's so and so, that's so and so, that's so and so, and they're just like sitting there. Sometimes it's just like so surreal that you can actually go and talk to them because they're there at the convention floor, and you're like, in your mind they're like, oh, you're supposed to be like over in some kind of mansion.
Well, man, I'm glad you were there. People will be coming because of your name in no time.
Yeah, hopefully that's the plan, man. I was shocked because I had a few people come up just talking about like my characters and stuff. And it's like, oh, what do you have in store for this person, or I love this character. And I'm like, man, that's kind of crazy. You actually remembered their names. I just didn't expect it. I know I wrote a comic and paid artists to draw my comic and we released it through a publisher, but I guess I didn't understand that people would read said comics. But they did. And they came up and talked, and they wanted me to sign the comics, and it's just such a surreal thing. I'm like, guys, I can't write. You want to see my handwriting? You want to see my penmanship? Like,
Remark it.
Yeah.
Dude, I
did. I made one remark of the crappiest poop emoji ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just drew like 4 circles that got smaller on top of each other, and that was my remark.
You make like a puke circle at the bottom or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'll have to do. So yeah, I'm not going to charge you to remark your comics because it makes it worthless. At least without the remark, it's at least $3.99.
I don't know. Some of those variant covers look like they were up for $10-15. So
Yeah, they're up to they have those. Scout does this really nice matte cover. I'm not sure if any of you guys have gotten like Black Caravan does it with all their books. It's like cardstock, I guess, but it just really makes the art pop. You would think glossy would do that, but matte's a whole other level.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It just makes it really pop, and you wouldn't expect it to because of the material. Yeah,
we've got Shit Show, the first one somewhere here, but it's buried in a bunch of boxes.
Travel says I had a table at a con across from my Nisha Tate. But I didn't think I was unworthy of becoming a female fighter. Oh, wait, never mind. You know what, Travel?
Hey, Cupcake.
Oh, my God.
Cupcake Tate. You're a good fighter.
Man, I can't wait to see what convention we do next. I think it's going to be CradleCon, right?
Well, Castle Point.
I'll be there.
But
well, you're going to be at Castle Point. Yeah. And,
so if anybody watching, which is probably very few who's going to Castle Point, I will be there. Shen will be there.
So you heard it here. Find Nat and Shen at Castle Point and get the. I mean, say hi.
What will you guys be in costume or incognito?
The plan is to have cosplay.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know how plans are.
They fall apart. Yes.
So you just gotta execute, man. You're an operator. You get through there, execute. I mean, you ride the subway, so you've got to be some level of, a skilled.
It's called luck.
Luck.
I'll take that any day.
Adam, where can they find you? How can they get to you? Where can they buy the book? All the nitty-gritty good stuff.
Instagram and Twitter. Follow me at Adam Barnhart, moonspawncomic.com. To back the Kickstarter, we're just under 3 weeks now, 18 days, I think. You got until May 9th to back. Once we get funded, we have some pretty good stretch goals in mind. Also, and then if you want to get caught up on Shit Show Volume 1, I have all those for sale, or all those for sale through my Lunchroom Riot page, lunchroomriot.com. So moonspawncomic.com. I actually kind of went overboard when buying domains for the Moonspawn comic, and I bought about 10, including bigscary.monster. That'll lead it to you if that's easier for you to remember other than Moonspawn Comic. Moonspawncomic.com, bigscary.monster. I think moonspawn.monster is another one.
Dude, bigscary.monster is where it's at.
Yeah, it's
that sounds so cool. Yeah.
I tried buying shit.show, but someone already bought it, so I did buy poop.show. So poop.show is mine, and
I'm scared to look it up now that I know that you don't own it. Like, my search history is already suspect. I can't.
That's why I got incognito, man. Just go with it. Just take the risk.
Just use DuckDuckGo.
There you go.
That is true. So look, we got here. They are at 2,395. They only need to get to 3,500 to fund. They already have 52 backers. They got 18 days to go. We can get them there, people. Let's get this going. This looks like a fantastic book. A lot of great ideas. If you like your superheroes dark, this was the way to go with them. If you like your horror, this is the way to go. If you like your comedy, look, man, you're gonna win all the way around here. You got comedy, horror, superheroes. Do it, bros. Do it.
There you go. I don't even need to do the pitch. You did it for me.
Oh man. So what would be your final
And a
words
metal
for our
cover too.
audience?
I mean, y'all gotta get on that.
What happened? Shadow?
He was saying.
Oh, I said get on it before the metal covers are gone.
That's true. That metal cover is beautiful.
It's beautiful, and it's metal.
Temptation there.
It's temptation. There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna keep looking at it going,
Only if you laugh, don't too long, man. There you go.
That's true. That's gonna be the issue. You know, you guys are all gonna get it way before I get it. Watch.
There you go. No, yeah. So moonspawncomic.com. But even if Moonspawn's not your cup of tea, look for other projects on Kickstarter. You know, there's something for everyone on that website. So while I would prefer you back Moonspawn at moonspawncomic.com, buy indie comics, support indie creators. We don't make the big bucks. We do it for the love.
Exactly.
I mean, the big two don't do it for the big bucks either. But I was trying to make indie creators sound better.
They're the coolest.
I gotta admit, you know, the more that the indie creators are creative, the more it pushes the big two to be creative. So there's a good balance there. So, you know, keep pushing, keep doing the indies, and you'll fix your big two.
Heck yeah. But yeah, follow on Twitter and Instagram. If you care, you guys will probably unfollow me the second you follow me on Twitter. But hey, you know what you're getting into. But thanks so much for having me, guys. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the root beer talk. Root beer is my choice beverage.
Root beer is fantastic. And root beer is fantastic. Dude, it's a pleasure talking to you. I can't wait to see you at one of the shows. I know we're always near Scout or talking to Scout or interviewing somebody from Scout. So
good people. They're
exactly.
Good people.
And a lot of good books too. Scout has a lot of good books.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. You know, it's a nice up and coming company, and it's getting better and better and better and better. That's a win, Adam. Root beer. So guys, what are we saying tonight? Who wants to start first? What's going on? What's happening? Don't all speak at once. Am I throwing somebody? Go ahead, Tony. There you go.
All right. So I got my type up in yesterday. I was like so busy, but whenever I had a break, whenever anything was slowed down, whenever my headache went away, I wrote as much as I could. So it came out really long. It was a pretty long one. Talked about
pretty funny too.
Yeah, I talked about the Versus Fighting manga. Then I talked about the Doctor Arcus comic, and then this was actually the first thing I wrote when I was writing it. I went on a whole long Magneto rant about his name. So it's really funny. So I enjoyed it.
You guys go check it out. His whole Magneto rant is funny as hell. And you know, we're looking at a ghost right now because he died in the rant.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun for me. You know, that was a big stress reliever. Like, you know, so
I left it all on the table.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Last rant of the season.
Exactly. And you, Shadow?
Hey guys, as always, be kind to yourself and to each other. And you know, I mean, load up on canned goods and like machetes and stuff. I mean, yeah, it's better to have it and not need it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Be prepared, as our friend Scar says.
As scouts, well, no, be prepared.
Matt, not the intern.
Yes.
Go for it. I'm not sure what you're
okay,
going for, but go for it.
Right. All right. So remember to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on all social medias and whichever one you are currently using. Don't forget we have a Monday show. Ralph is currently showing off his figure, but our Monday show is Apple Bites at 7:30. Don't forget to also check out Leslie's show. Man, I just get entirely
You
sidetracked.
finally got him.
I get
Oh,
entirely
wow.
sidetracked. I'm like trying to rail through this, and he just like sidetracks me.
When did you get it
Anyways.
today? Did you get it today?
Anyways, Leslie's show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tuesday.
Shout out 4 down. 4. 4.
Man.
Forgot the figures.
Should I keep even trying? I'm not.
Yeah.
Gonna
It's the whole.
I'm trying to do the nice thing, and it's just like, you know what?
Oh,
If
sorry,
you're
man.
on, if you're on
It's
call.
the so, you know.
Unsubscribe, unlike, unfollow.
What Nat is trying to say here,
Any interactions are
Hashtag
good. Even negative
cancel.
comments.
watch us on
Well,
Mondays
that's
on
a-
Apple
that's
Bites
a
at 7:30 p.m.
bomb.
Eastern Time. Watch us on Wednesdays at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the Writ Late Rights. And if you like the tingling tea, watch it on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time and get spooked out, because you all need to have a bit of the tea. But watch out, it may be poisoned. And with that, if you guys are in New York City at South Street Seaport, I may be there with a bunch of Pokemon hunters trying to figure out what's going on, because we have a nice Pokemon community day happening, and at the same time there's a meet and greet or meet or whatever you want to call those Poke meetings that they have, and it's going to be at South Street Seaport, and your Writ Ralph might be there hanging out and talking to people. I don't know.
He's trying to
And
get people to go
hunting
because when he
Pokemons.
tried pitching it to us, he said it was a Poke meetup, and we all thought it was the food.
Oh, that'd be
Well,
nice.
maybe I'll be eating Poke
Tuna.
at the Pokemon meetup. With that, I'll
Can't
do
do
what
that.
I always do and say, hey, it is time to go. I press the button. Where it stops, nobody knows.